Hi, everybody. What I want to talk about next is play. So, play is so important. It helps with creativity, imagination, learning how things work, and then there is so much speech and language that goes into play. Play is really a beautiful thing to sit back and watch or be a part of with your child. But also, play is awkward. A lot of parents do not love to pretend play, role play, help the child as far as like being that parallel play or that peer guide. So this is something that can be uncomfortable and something that you really have to strive to work at and set aside that 5 or 10 minutes a day to do because kids learn so much through play. That's why Melissa and Doug have made it big. They have the grocery store, they have like a vet shop, a doctor area, you know, the pizza stand, the lemonade stand, so many areas where that child is learning to kind of pretend and work through different daily encounters that we as adults go through. And they get to, be that mom or dad or be the doctor, be the cashier. You get the gist. So, again, you're going to be getting out of your comfort zone. The first thing kids go through is functional play. You think more of like infants and toddlers, where they brush a hair, or that in the beginning they shake a rattle, eventually maybe they stack a block. They're using the item as it should be used. However, some kids at this level stray and instead they demonstrate unconventional play, which is where they're sorting out toys, or they're just lining them all up, I should say. They might just be stacking them, some kind of just like hoard them and then rotate it from place to place to place. They might just spin the wheels on a car or lay on the ground and drive the car. But they're not making the sound that the car makes. They're not pretending like the car is going from, the couch over towards the TV and then they're crashing. There's nothing behind it. And so if that's your child, you're thinking, what do I do? And you might already be in therapy, but as a parent, you have a lot of opportunity every day to work with your kid, and that's my goal, is to help you with that. So what you're going to do is you're going to help guide them towards what they should do. So if they have that car and they're just spinning the wheels, you might take their hand and help put it on the ground and go broom broom and just show them how it should drive. Or you might take another car and try and get their attention and push it. You might get one of those cars that you can wind up so they can at least see it move, or you push a button and it drives itself. But you're just trying to help show them what that function should be instead of fixating on what they want to do. There's beauty in letting a child have that moment. However, overall, we're trying to guide them towards that functional play so that they can then get to the next level of play. However, if your child is not demonstrating unconventional play and maybe they're just stuck at a level or just their age, maybe they're more, like I said, stacking blocks, that next level normally would be parallel play. So you might be playing with them at a sand table and you're filling up your bucket to make a sand castle and they're at least next to you driving the car in the sand. So you're next to each other. You're not really completely engaged, but you're there. But that's when next we start to interact. That's that next where we call it associate play. So now you're trying to have them help you make that sandcastle, or together you're building something, maybe with magnets or blocks, but you're trying to get to that next level. And then you might ask, what are we making? And they say it's a castle, or it's a playground, or the zoo. And then we continue to grow into that imaginative play. It's awkward for a lot of parents. A lot of people don't love that level of play. I think also sometimes as a generation we're more on our phone, or there's a lot of technology things around. So again, it's getting out of your comfort zone. It's finding 5 or 10 minutes. You're going to sound silly. You're going to feel silly. But it's something that is so necessary for that child, especially if you're home with your kid and they don't go to daycare or preschool or mother's morning out or library groups. You're going to have to work at it twice as hard. On a side note, if you feel like your child's lacking in this area and you're not quite able to get them going with it, then I really recommend that you think about preschool group, daycare, mother's morning out, library groups, just some areas where you can get more of a peer interaction going on so they can demonstrate that parallel play and eventually that imaginative play if it is awkward for you. Hope this helps, and like always, like or comment below and please subscribe.